That's the truth.
I think that. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back.
How was your trip?
I didn't interrupt. We missed you. We missed you.
Not going to go. Might not be Guatemala. Grant, one of the cities, worldwide. I told her we might be interested. Show it. Grant, when they're going over at Grant World Travel, I said, actually, you might know this. Y'all had a great time. Completely separate.
Take this chair. If you can picture the way it was described, the other night I stared. My head was touching his chest and his foot. The better part is you've got this big head out. Their pictures. I've got there's a picture of exactly the place we got back in. We actually went to another club. This guy, I told you we're there. Attorney brothers. And she had this I got it. You did a great
And I found out they ran out of those tickets last week.
Oh, really? Okay.
No drop. How do you know if you're old?
Good luck on your day.
All right. I had 2 seats for the Panthers and yeah. Okay. And they all sold their good body. You have to drive the season ticket. I'm thinking about $1,800 for 2 seats, please. He knows for sure. I had to have it for 2 years. It's hard to get down there with the country. You guys don't get so they're hard.
Yeah. Yeah, they never.
It's fun. We all had 6 seats. We used to count them. It was a lot of fun. Just very we give them away. Now let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift of Rotary and for all the members of this club you have blessed so richly. May we be ever mindful of those less fortunate. Remember those that are in need. Help us to provide food to the hungry, heal wounds of hatred with love, comfort those in sorrow, and bring peace to those living in areas of unrest. Bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A lot of things we each say and do.
Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
John.
There are, it is an honor for you to start an artist, morning artist last week. Decided it's pretty great, and I'm sure it's a wonderful meeting. Most people tell me things are better when I'm not in the room, so I hope that good meeting. There are 26 members today, 25 of whom had eggs before me, there were none left, or one of our guests. We're very fortunate today that she also did get eggs, her name is Charlotte Davis, a visiting Rotarian, and another wonderful visiting Rotarian, Debbie Patterson. And so, great group today. I'm glad to see all everyone was wonderful. Thank you.
Our sunset members rise early, participate.
I like the punch. Sunset
welcome.
rise early.
Do we have any happy dogs?
Do we have happy dogs? Of course we do.
I got one. I'll start y'all. I don't do this very often, but it's also today. I think it might interest. I don't know how many of y'all drive south of Holt Road to get here. But I noticed this morning the cross guard at school, elementary school, where it all came from. You know, it's a great symbol.
How did you see her?
How did you see her? That's not what's in the road.
I didn't see her from the air.
A photograph of it, brother. Chip.
I just wanted to welcome my
Royal Travelers, Lisa and Gail back. I'm sure we'll hear some.
And
Wayne back from, I didn't know Wayne was going.
They were hanging out with
And
Lisa.
our special guests here, Debbie and Charles.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out, guys, and welcome home, girls. Anyway.
Yeah, I've got a happy dollar. When I was a school principal, I remember hearing all the time from teachers and other administrators, God, the kids aren't what they used to be and all that. And it really annoyed me because I really felt that the kids that, that this generation of students really is a remarkable group of young people. They have different habits than we do, but leading on to that, I've watched my son and his wife as they gone through college together. He worked on his master's. He's an engineer, and she's been working at PA program. Finally graduated PA program, and then it was, we'll get her a job. And she finally got a job at a hospital down in High Point. I just learned that yesterday. And of course, they've been living in Greenville, South Carolina. Damn it, they're gonna have to move. So I am so gratified, so excited about it. But what's been amazing is to watch this young couple who have just worked so hard that they've done everything you're supposed to do, and it works. It works. So anyway.
A couple, so David Lillard, who I don't think's here today, covered for me for like 3 weeks while I've been out, so thanks to David. And then Bobby volunteered to do some graphic design work for Steve, which I volunteered to do, but I can't do. So thanks to Bobby.
Amen.
I think he's gonna delegate it.
Probably got those skills.
Chris.
All done, though.
I was just something to get married this weekend.
We'll wish her luck.
Public statistics are on my side. Yeah, thank you.
I just want to say that on the trip I had to Paris, the weather was absolutely perfect every single day. It was 68 degrees and such. So it was an amazing trip. So,
Victoria, we left Rosa in Florence. She's enjoying her journey, and I think she's doing Lake Como this coming weekend. She'll be home in 2 weeks, hopefully with a safe return. I appreciate all the prayers and just the inquiries and everybody asking how she's doing. It was really good to see her. And Italy was just beautiful, of course. Victoria is just at her last senior night with her third sport of the year, and was promise coming, and she's just done a lot of good stuff. I know Rotary supported Young Life, which she's a very big part of, and they've awarded her an opportunity to go to Colorado this summer for 3 weeks. So grateful for that. Anyway, that's our update.
Real quick, my son has decided he's grade 2. He was diagnosed with cancer, got had treatment, and spent most of the last 10 years in a hospital bed, and is now graduating fully in remission, and has decided on High Point University to love the values of God. We placed his future in God's hand in the beginning, and we continue to do that family, because we've become necessarily very close, and country, which I love the fact that there, as Dr. Devaney said, there's 2 American flags in every group that they have. It's a great facility. If he comes back and sees, I'm going to drive me to he's a great leader. Anyway, we thank God every day for the gift of life. I hope you do. People look at me and say, oh, a little different. Yeah, I'm sure, but it's because of the grace of God that my son's life.
Nico to come and speak.
Apparently, it has a couple times already. I got him on speed dial because while I went to great school, it's rather pricey.
Yeah.
So we've had a number of conversations and he's come around. And then he sent me a letter asking for $50,000
Yeah.
back to help.
Well, I don't know.
Gallery, whatever it is. Grandpappy.
And when I put that last smear of glue, most of had it on, so he finished his last formal semester at Guilford, as far as classes. And he'll be going to Spain in the fall, and the other part of the semester we finished in Missouri, where he played for folks and finishing his repertoire formally in classical guitar and he's still piano one as well. So apparently, if you want to teach at a conservatory level, you have to know a lot about piano. It's gonna be his next few months, and he's 20 years old.
Charlotte had him when she was 5. All I can figure. Well, Grandpappy said, you know, people that say go big or go home seriously underestimate my desire to go home. He said it's literally my only goal.
Like to say, report out on.
How was your trip?
My trip was fabulous, exceeding my expectations. I told Steve, I think this morning, the only reason why I came back is because of Rotary. 2 more months as your president. I think 5 of us, including Peter and the Sunset Club, are going to district this weekend. So the district conference is this weekend, and thanks to everybody in Gate City Rotary, we expect to come back with platinum award status, Triple Crown Club award. Not sure what else we'll get. I think we'll get the award for having the most resilient group of members. Right, it's been a great year, and I hate that everyone can't be there, but we'll take lots of pictures and report back next week. I think Chip and Alice, actually maybe 6. Chip and Allison are going.
Allison's a member, yeah.
Peter and Steve, I'm going, and Tom, and not sure if Tiffany's going or not. So we'll have a good time. I'm heading down there tonight. So.
Cocktails at John Knoppe's house on the beach.
No, that's right. John
Tomorrow
offered
night, so.
to host us on Friday, and then we're going to dinner. I'll go out to dinner together Friday night, which is I think a Gate City tradition. So today is our show, Club Assembly. And really, I guess the formality of this meeting would be to present Tom's board for next year. Our board has already approved. And so can you put that up on there? Or do I need to?
No, I got it. The clicker wasn't working. Well, maybe I'm not working either. There we go.
So here's Tom's proposed board. Tom will be your president. Steve Scott, president-elect. The Sunset co-leaders are Carol Lander and Tara Rodriguez. I think I misspelled the name or mistyped it. Glenn White has agreed to be secretary to take over. And John, he doesn't know he's in it too. We appreciate you volunteering. We'll help you. John Fulton has volunteered to be treasurer, but he's been missing in action the last couple of weeks, I think. So if anybody runs across John, let us know or tell him we're missing him. I'll reach out to him myself. And Guy has volunteered to head up foundation. And Brad Guile is going to take over Matthew's role for service. And David Lillard has agreed to handle membership, take over for Chris Neal, and all of you done an excellent job this year. And Brian Kaiser and Danielle will totally really be club admins, so that will be a great succession plan when Danielle steps down. And youth services, Charlotte, Michelle Bartley, I think I misspelled her name too, and Gail Stansel will lead the youth services. And public image, Rick Martin has agreed to run the show every week.
Thanks, Rick.
So he's
Is
not
Rick here? He's not
He's
here.
not here today.
Well, maybe he's gonna watch the video.
Which is why we didn't do birthdays. Did anybody have a birthday this week, by the way? Or okay, maybe that's why
We
he didn't
still
go.
need help on public image because Rick's below 85, so still, if anybody's technical, you can help him. Brad said he would train people and help as well.
Yeah,
Get
I'll
the
help.
meeting set up. And then we all should take pictures and put them on Facebook, and some of us do. And it's just a great thing to promote the club, so.
And I think Brad put post things on the Gate City Facebook or social media sites, but unfortunately, we don't have that many followers. So really, we get more bang for the buck if you post things and events on your social media pages. So, because I'm sure others
tag the
have
club.
followers. So this is our proposed board for next year, and we vote on this as presidents. I didn't have time to read the bylaws, but I think so. All in favor of the board for next year?
Aye.
I'm opposed.
Any opposed? Any opposition? Thank you. And I think that's it. We've had a great year, and I'll turn it over to the other folks.
Who is this one?
That was just my old.
Oh, scissors.
Those were our goals for the year. I've seen that many 4 times.
Who's covering Sunset?
Oh, I don't think Peter's here. So, sunset update, Debbie, do you want to give an update on Sunset since you're in that club? Any updates?
I missed the last meeting, that's why I'm here.
Okay.
Charlotte's here.
Leah, happy birthday.
That club is just thriving, and they continue to attract new members. And Debbie's part of that group, and Charlotte. And we are having a membership orientation as their next meeting on May 16th at the Sunset Club. So if you're a new member of this club and have never participated in a membership orientation, you may want to, if you can, come to that meeting at 5:30 at Cafe Costa. That's it. They've really helped us achieve our goals this year with attracting members, in spite of the fact that we lost a lot of members. That club, I think now, or that group now has probably 17 or 18 members. So it's a thriving group, and it's becoming predominantly female. So, if you know of any men that would like to come to and join the Sunset group, please invite them to join. Okay, Chris, it's all yours.
I'll be really quick. Only thing that's changed is on the second slide. Really, let's keep our foot on the pedal. We've done a great job recruiting new members this year. We've turned the corner in the last 4 or 5 months and brought a couple of new people into the Breakfast Club. The Sunset Club's great. That's been outpacing ours. But the new member orientation on May 16th, even if you haven't, whether you've been to a new member orientation recently, whether you want to refresher on the history of Rotary, the history of our club. If you've never been to the Sunset Club, that'd be a good time to just come connect with new members and see the Sunset Club in action. So come join us, whether you're interested in the new member orientation or not. Charlotte?
Where you wanna go, Mike?
We can't hear you.
This will be a trifold, like the old third grade science fair projects. So I really can't take much credit for this particular project, but Taylor essentially ran this change dollars to the Page Interactive Club that we sponsor. And it was essentially supposed to be a project to promote peace. And you'll have to get closer to the board, but the Interact Club and the Art Club, which is Miss Davis, not this one, I can't draw a stick figure, collaborated and actually had some other students jump in on the project. But on the left is the ugly old section that was essentially just a corner on the campus that was not used, and it was just sitting there. So after, the money and the landscaping, literally landscaping, they have a table, a bench, like the peace bench. It will be prettier once the grass comes in fully and there's some shrubs, flowers. So we got some photos of kids sitting on the bench and at the table. This mural is something to behold, and I'm gonna have to flip this over. It's upside down, but it's basically the world and two hands coming together, and of course all the colors. So it's gonna be. It hasn't already been put on the wall back here, so it's really a neat space. I do not know the demographics. God did not give me a haunted pigeon, and I couldn't tell you as far as what building is.
It was a part of the campus, I think it was not that, I don't think it's that visible.
No, I mean, yet if you look at some of these left side pictures, it's kind of scary.
Actually, our club should be really proud of this project because we've gotten a lot of visibility from district, and they unfortunately asked us a week ago, to put together this board for the fellowship, district House of Friendship. And so Taylor Coble, who led this project, was studying for a big professional exam and just could not do it. And of course, I was out of town and couldn't do it either. So Charlotte stepped up and did this for us. So I'll take this to the district, and I'm sure at Saturday night there'll be some discussion about it at district conference. But this is a fabulous project. And I think that maybe we should at some point get a sign or something that says, sponsored by Day City Rotary.
I was thinking about my son did an Eagle Scout project, and he had a placard made on a couple of the tables that he did at Winter Academy. If we could do that, it wouldn't be much. So
if you have the opportunity, I think we should all try to go see this, and because it's something to really be proud of. They took a section of our area, Page High School, that's overgrown, ugly, and made it into a really beautiful spot. So I love that.
And it really is. That was purple. Do we have any more on the book drive, or do we need to discuss that? All right, yeah. That's one.
I think you're good.
Thank you.
Morning, everybody. All I've got really is, I've got kids here through on the 21st, and we'll get together at 8:30. Some time ago, before my time, gosh, I know the guy's name. Snacks, Burns, influence building huge gazebo on water. and it's time to replace the deck boards with docks. So we basically are going to take all the boards off the dock, floating docks, and replace them. And if we get done with that, we've got a couple odds and ends projects. But that's what we're doing. I look forward to seeing everybody there. Bring a hammer, bring
Don't forget your hammer.
crowbar. Good go. Thanks.
Tie a string on your hammer.
Oh, I will, definitely. At some point, you'll get an email.
Matthew, you don't have to bring a hammer. There's one right in the water near that dock. Brand new hammer.
Well, sorry, I tried to update this and I'm, technologically challenged. And so it didn't get updated, but, anyway, I'm probably.
I updated your number to 400,000.
Yeah, well, that's our hope. It wasn't that, we don't know where it is today. It's up and down. But we have paid $10,000 out for our scholarship candidate that's in Carolina. And we paid $11,000 out of the funds for the President's Committee. We paid $4,452 out for global and district grants. $3,200 for Phobia Plus, $2,500 for Bikes for Kids, $3,500 for Children of Vietnam, $4,000 for Out of the Garden Project, $318 for Project Rebuild, and $300 for Kickstart. And the club account is really at about $36,000 right now. And, there's a lot of activity in that account, but it's paying dues and meals and so forth. But the main stuff comes out of the foundation.
So we're in good shape.
We're in good shape.
Well, if you haven't been to any 505s, I guess I'll step in for Danielle. She's been moving these around. I think last night's 505. Did anybody go to Summerfield for that?
I went, and no one was there, so I left.
Oh, no. I was afraid of that because, it is in Summerfield and most of us are here, so.
It's a great spot though. It is. It's very nice.
Summerfield, beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Right, Chip?
Oh, yeah.
I think you may have gotten a save the date for the changing of the guard event. We had to move it up because we brought out the member guest event the week that we would normally typically have our changing of the guard, so it's May 16th.
Yes.
June 16th.
June
We're
16th.
trying to get out of here.
Jet lag. It's jet lag, Lisa.
5 days after my birthday, so it'll be a nice birthday celebration. Looking forward to that. So mark your calendars, May 16th, it will be here.
Jeez.
June 16th.
Really
There's
want
something
out.
May 16th. and I'm-
That means not good.
Don't follow us with an email.
Yeah. And so club admin really, responsibility is planning all the events, social events, and making sure that we have Sergeant at Arms front desk covered. So
I thought it was a lifelong appointment.
It is.
You mean I only?
just a month.
Oh, I'd be glad to keep, if no one else does it.
I believe we used to do it for a quarter.
Yeah, I did it for
We
a
may go
quarter.
back to that, so.
That's
I did it for 3 years.
There you go.
I'm not sure. I don't, if it doesn't work out, I'll try my best.
You have to do it till you get it right,
Well, historically, new members manage the registration desk, but we haven't had as many new members, coming to the breakfast club. So we're having to ask our past presidents and all of our members to participate and volunteer for that role.
It is
Help
an
out.
intensely pressure-oriented.
I forgot to ask him, but Rick Dutch will be an official member on Monday, and I heard he was willing to take over, so.
Good.
I forgot to mention it to him, but I'm sure he'll be happy to do it.
And also invocation, so she's responsible for that, Rose is responsible for arranging who does the invocation every week. So when you're asked, please volunteer. It's an easy thing to do. So that's club admin news.
All right, public image. I think we decided to continue doing Zoom until maybe till June, yeah. So I think maybe unless there's desire, but today there's no one, and I don't think there's been anyone for a while. Facebook, like Lisa said, sharing and tagging the club is probably the best thing to do. That's the best way to for people to see what we're doing. And on the left there, that Derby Party with a Purpose is an event on Facebook. I know a lot more people are going than have registered on Facebook. So if you want to sign up on Facebook, and just shows that you're going, and then maybe other people will see it. And that's all I got. Thanks, Tom. You always post way better than I do. So thank you. Whoops.
Well, I'll do foundation and also president-elect. I really enjoyed setting up speakers this year, and I appreciate everybody who offered up a speaker, reached out. We had some interesting people from the JCs all the way to my boss from GTCC. We had the mayor in here, the lieutenant governor. We had John Knox's daughter. I was looking through the list last night. Some guy called me yesterday and said, your email bouncing back. And I said, I know, and I think he's the last speaker I have to book. And I think he's gonna take the last spot for the year, so we're booked up. We have Mark Walker, I think, is coming next week. He's gonna talk about cybersecurity and the Russian attack. I guess he was on committee.
He was on the cybersecurity committee.
In Congress, so it's not a political thing. He is running for office, but he's gonna talk about Russian action. And Chris Neal has, I guess, coming to talk about scouting type of organization. We'll finish out the year. I'm trying my best to make John cry for a couple more meetings. I want him to adopt a few more speakers. So we might have a couple of tear jerkers coming. I saw Freedom House at Spartan Day, and they were really good, really great charity. So I'm trying to get them on the books. On the foundation front, I have a gift for Gail Stansel. I keep carrying this box around. And this is a Paul Harris +1 pin, which means you're a Paul Harris Fellow. You've also given another $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. This year, our club gave $13,390 to the Rotary Foundation, which put us over our goal of $10,000 for the year, and also $8,655 to Polio Plus, which helped us become Triple Crown. That's over $100 a member. So this year, Triple Crown was $100 a member on average to Polio Plus, Paul Harris Sustaining, and everybody Paul Harris Fellow, which all of our Sunset and all of our club are Paul Harris Fellows. And Gail Stansel is a +1.
Can I share a thought on that?
Absolutely.
Now, my late husband took the soda heart. He had asked to have his president pin or whatever that one was put on him on his suit. Just really so proud to be a Rotarian. He loved you all so much, those of you that served with him and with him. So I even had a pair of hearings made out of 2 of his pins. So to get this today, just on this day, is really, really special. So thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Really enjoyed all the pictures you from your trip too. It was really amazing. So I think I will be out, not next week, but the week after that. Next weekend, it's graduation, yay. So I take my daughter off of the plan at University of Kentucky. And then we'll do the change in the guard. We also have the 23rd. We can't meet here. So we're gonna do a wine tasting, I believe at TC's place out at wherever his office is.
Revolution Mills.
Revolution Mills.
On the art gallery. It'll be in
At the art gallery. So the 23rd of May. Soon. Sorry. So that 23rd of June, we'll do that wine tasting, and the 16th change of the guard here. So look for those. And then 21st, you said for the Camp Carefree? Yeah. That's a Saturday? Okay. So that's all from the foundation. We'll go down and get some awards this weekend.
Well, I can't thank, we should really give Tom a round of applause because Brad was the godfather of foundation. As you know, he stood in here and talked about the foundation many times. And so when he left the club, we had a void because none of us really on the board we didn't have a succession plan for foundation. So Tom stepped up and he was the likely person and most appropriate person to do it because he had handled all the finances as treasurer. So Tom's done an excellent job and I don't know what I would have done without him. So.
That's it.
Who's
All
next?
right, Steve.
Fundraiser.
Fundraiser.
Attendance.
Yeah, well, yeah, y'all heard everything about attendance. We are incrementally increasing our attendance. That's a great thing. Very proud of everybody. Go ahead. Just numbers, just seeing all of you in here a little bit more all the time is what makes it important. We both breakfast and evening meetings are doing great. So let's just get better all the time. Everyday fundraiser, just a review. It is at the Grandover. David Lynn just got back with me yesterday, and it's a quartet, including a female vocalist. I think it's going to be great. I am incredibly indebted to our fundraiser committee. We have the heavy lifting has not been done by me. It's been done by various members of the fundraiser committee, and I'm real proud of them. It's going to be a great event. We've raised a substantial amount of money. So it's all good. I don't know what else to say. You've seen this before, and yeah, excuse me. I'm still not quite awake. I've sent out a couple of emails to y'all. If I have not gotten your sponsorship packets out to you, please get with me. I think I've gotten just about everybody covered. If you are attending the event and you're not a sponsor, please get with me because I've got a packet for you. And if you have excuse me, raffle tickets to return, please get them. We just need some degree of accountability here. And that's about it for the fundraiser. Oh, yeah. This is a list of our sponsors to date. Gosh, if somehow I've missed you, please get with me. I had this last club meeting. Do be aware, I think we're all have concerns and somewhat brokenhearted over the events in Ukraine. I've advised it sort of hits home. In our household, Peter's family are all Ukrainian, and they're enduring pretty horrible stuff. But Rotary International is responding, and if you have a desire to give, you're incredibly giving group of people, there is a disaster response fund, and would be happy to share that link with you. I think that's about it.
Wait, can you put that back for a second? I'm gonna take a look at that, like share that.
I believe the district, I don't believe, but the district matched $70, and I don't remember the dollar amount, but I believe I think the deadline for the district matches has ended. Is that correct?
I don't know if it's ended or not, but we have some funds we need to get more in. Anybody wants to give get to do this week.
Did you want to talk about these at all?
Not particularly.
No, I'll delete the rest of those.
All right. that's
By the
all.
way, just, I think this is the last assembly that I would be addressing, but I think I've been secretary for 4 years or whatever. And just a big thank you to everybody. One of the great things, and Glenn, I got to tell you, one of the great things about being a secretary of this club is you really get to know people and I can tell you, I mean, the number of you, I look around the room and had conversations with just about every one of you on various issues. And it really gives you the chance to know some really wonderful people and supportive people. And special thank you to Chris Neal. This whole membership thing is so incredibly important for to sustain this club. And Chris has just done a seamless job in bringing people in smoothly. It's been a lot of fun to work with you on that.
Yeah, I don't think you anticipated that so many new member talks that we had this year.
Hey, you get the call and you say, okay, and then you figure it out.
Right. So
That's how it works.
He has been really busy meeting with all the new members, and we've had a lot of new members this past year. So big thanks to all of them. Yeah, one thing I want to mention, I had asked probably 2 or 3 months ago about host families for an exchange student. And then the district or Guilford County decided that they would not host any foreign students for this calendar year. So we just took that off the table. Well, a couple of weeks ago, they've changed their made a different decision, and now they are opening the school, Guilford County, to host foreign exchange students. So Tony Hudemeyer, who works on that foreign exchange program at district level, reached out a couple of weeks ago, well, I guess right before my trip, and asked if we wanted to host a student. Guy and his family had initially expressed some interest, and there were a couple of other people in here that had expressed interest. Guy and his wife have backed out of that now. So I'm asking, I told Tony that I couldn't commit this group. It's a northern school district. I mean, you have to be in the same school district. So you can, 3 families, I don't know, Rob, you may know more about this, but 3 families can take an exchange student for maybe 3 months at a time, or, you can share that responsibility with a couple of other families, but they just all have to be in the same school district. So do we have any interest in this club? Because I need to get back to Tony. We have agreed to continue our financial commitment to host, because we did commit to that early on, and that's in the budget. So, but I need to let him know whether or not we have an interest to host. Anybody? It's a big responsibility, I think. I think it's a rewarding experience, but it's also a big responsibility. So I'll send an email out so that I know that all the club members have gotten the information, and I'll just let him know.
You're almost an empty nester.
I would love to do that. I'm not in the school district.
Right.
So if there's maybe something in the future, I would be interested.
You move, yeah, you can move.
I'm gonna mention one other thing I forgot on the district, for the district funding. We'll get back over $5,000 in district grants this year. We have to commit that to spend it, or else we lose it. So we can give it to joint projects like Project Rebuild, or do our own grants. And COB and Out of the Garden, and then Chris Justice's charity of all are no longer here. So if somebody has a charity that they want to do a grant, we can match it from the club, and it's over $5,000. You mentioned bikes for kids possibly, but if anybody has a special charity they want to talk about, we can apply for it. So that's, our fundraisers have helped fund that. So giving to the foundation.
So we have this money coming that's not has been allocated, as Tom said, to these other grants that those members have left our club, so we have a blank slate that we can do what we want to with. And maybe it is the bikes for kids. It would be a good way to sustain that program.
It's a small announcement. As Robbie often tells us when we induct all these new members, we're neither a religious nor political organization, but we all are interested in the election of good people to public office. Michelle Bardsley, who's a member of our club, is running for NC House, North Carolina House, District 57, which basically covers from the eastern side of Guilford County all across the north, sort of wraps around the northern edge of Greensboro and then out through Summerfield into Stokesdale. And so take a look at her website, Michelle Bardsley for NC House. She is a Gate City satellite member, mother of 4, highly involved in God knows what. I don't know where she gets all the time or the energy with kids and everything else. But and she's had a child with cancer as well. So she delivers the goods. She's straightforward, smart person. So take a look. She may not fit everything you want, but she is a Gate City Rotarian. That would give us an ear in the NC House, regardless of political affiliation. So that's not a political announcement. She's a great lady. Give her a shot.
Also, I was asked to announce for Airport Rotary, they have a fundraiser coming up. And it is May 12th. No, it's not June. It's May 12th at Gia's, and I think it's a Dutton Ranch style event. So they're giving away prizes to the best dressed Dutton Ranch folks that attend. But it's a poker night event, and if you're interested, I will. So that's May 12th. So this is time. Does anybody have any questions? We did try to use this smaller room back here, but the week we tried it, we had more members here and it just did not work. I've asked Starmount to move the buffet in and make the space a little more intimate. That has not happened. So if you have any suggestions on what we could do.
We could light the fire.
Because it's a big space and it's not going to feel like the O. Henry. And for those of you that probably were not aware, Guy and I had many conversations with Tony Villiers about trying to get back to the O. Henry. And finally, I think the last time we met with him last year, they were just going to make it cost prohibitive, and our breakfast was going to be about $50 a head. And I didn't think we didn't think we could pay $50 for breakfast buffet.
Because I think, I'm not a commercial, but I think I've learned nothing in the last 8 years of my personal experience. It's not where you go or, particularly as much as who you're with. And I mean, I think we are intimate through here and spending, personally, I don't feel any gap in the room. So I think you've done a really great job, and I would take changing this on your list of lots of.
I don't expect, I'm not anticipating changing locations, but we've gotten feedback from the space, but I have gotten feedback from some members that it just does not feel as intimate. And it's not the O. Henry. It's not that little tiny room we were in. So,
Well, and I will say, as the public story, and some of our charter and all the members remember, we met here for about 10 years back in the 90s. And then we got used to it. It was a larger club then. And it started out about this size and then grew with it. And then we eventually moved to the O. Henry. And then so we were back where we were for a long time. And so I think looking where we've met about 4 different venues just in the last 18 months. And I think this works the best of where we've been. Yes.
and they've done it. Starmount's done a really good job to try to accommodate us. They've had challenges too. I will warn you that your dues will be increasing. Tom's already increasing the dues. We haven't gotten the contract yet, but I met with Emily, and their costs have increased, but they're not. I think all of their groups, they're increasing maybe 10%, but because we're a breakfast group, they are not, they're not increasing our meals cost as much as they are some of the other groups. So it'll maybe $1 or $2 more, but it's not a significant increase. But, you know, food costs and everything has risen, as we all know. So expect your views to be a little different.
I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't seen it.
I've asked for the contract. We don't have the final contract yet. Any other questions, comments, feedback, complaints?
Just want to reinforce, great job. I'm not something new, I've talked about, Lisa, great job, leadership, thank you so much. Best practices to share with this,
There's one person.
Steve sent me 4 emails a day for the last 2 months, I really appreciate that. And I think it's great, work ethic is basic, gosh. Pleasure sitting at the start of our, another great person, and the quiet one in the front there doesn't work tirelessly, he is early setting up. I see it as an outsider coming in, great work, folks on the foundation.
You've had a great board this year.
Yeah, this is a great group.
It has been a challenging year, to say the least, but my advice to Tom is, you know, grow thick skin, increase your capacity for your inbox, because, you know, as many emails as you get, and all the past presidents in here know, you get tons of emails from district every day, every week.
Stop hoarding the board.
So-
You can't say anything about it, though. It's somebody that took it.
Well, thank you.
We don't have to-